describe us as a farmers market grocery store. We source produce from small family farms within 200 miles of the city of New Orleans. So everything is fresh, seasonal, local.
It is literally farm to table in the truest sense of the word. Low carbon footprint, low food miles. I mean, we're not going very far. Supporting local agriculture and bringing the freshest and best product available to the folks in New Orleans.
Hollygrove Market is the only market that I'm aware of that has a purely local focus. So everything in the store, all the produce is being sourced from within 200 miles. Everything else is produced locally and or sourced locally.
I actually picked this tomato today. So I picked it, loaded it, and brought it to New Orleans within 2 hours. And you can see what color it is. That is the true color. So the flavor is there.
Fresh food, it doesn't have to travel across the United States, and it tastes better. And you're helping your neighbors too.
Several of the farmers that we are supplied by, we are their largest market. Without us, a lot of them probably would not be functional.
With Hollygrove now, they're allowing me a little more stability as far as what I can grow, when I can grow it, and know that I'm going to have an outlet to sell. So they're helping me become financially stable and more sustainable as a local farmer.
Hollygrove is by far my mainstay. You know, it's been the most consistent customer that I've got.
Hollygrove, to me, is an excellent opportunity to work with as a grower. It allows me to focus on what I want to do, which is be a good grower and produce quality products, and it lets them focus on the distribution to the retail customer and wholesale.
And we need people like Hollygrove Market to support the small farmers, and they do a great job of it.
I can't stress how much we rely on the generosity of the time of our volunteers coming to help us. The Hollygrove Market would not be able to function without the support of our volunteers. There are two different areas that volunteers work here at Hollygrove Market. One is in the store, and the other is working with our mentor farmers out in the farms.
We have basically two urban farm plots that are tended by what we call our mentor farmers, who take on interns and volunteers and kind of show them the ropes about cultivation in this area and climate. The relationship between that area and the market is that the market pretty much buys everything that they grow there, and we sell it through our market.
And I work with volunteers and do tours and educational stuff. I work with a lot of adults right now. Sometimes I work with children.
My carbon footprint is negligible because from the growing area to the marketing area is only about 40 feet away. Well, I mean, it's just a great resource in the community. There are not many places where you can go to buy food where they're growing the food on site.
And so here you're going to see what's in season and what's local. And these are people that we're supporting who are growing these things that are local. I think that is hard to find in Louisiana, and a growing concern is how in disrepair our food system is. So this is like maybe not a solution, but it's a step.
Give NOLA Day is coming up on May 3rd. It's our first time participating in it, so we're just sort of testing the waters out here, but it is part of a national day of charitable giving. The minimum donation is $10, so really the goal of the event is to make philanthropy accessible to everybody.
Any amount of money that we can get through Give NOLA Day would have a phenomenal impact on our day-to-day operations.
We live pretty close to the bone. A really important part of our mission is to make fresh food accessible, but it's inherently more expensive to source from small suppliers than big growers. You just don't get the economies of scale. So between a more expensive product and trying to keep those prices really accessible for the neighborhood and for New Orleans in general, it doesn't leave a lot of room for a profit margin. So things like this kind of event, when the money goes directly into our operations, helps us to do things that we really need to do that revenue can't really help us accomplish, like purchase new equipment, or we're really in need of a new vehicle, so maybe it could help us with something like that, or with additional staffing, that kind of thing.
Marketplaces like Hollygrove help to create a sustainable environment for access to fresh, local grown produce. I emphasize to everyone, support Hollygrove, support the efforts of Hollygrove, because it will only make our future better.
Please give to Hollygrove Market for Give NOLA Day.
Please donate to Hollygrove Market on Give NOLA Day, May 3rd. Thank you.